So, God's got me on a new adventure. And when he sets me on a new path, I want to work it out in private. I don't like to talk about it. I don't hype it. I pray about it and pray about it. Deal with the doubts. Am I missing it? Am I really hearing you, Lord? And I start walking it out, still praying about it. And in the end, if it turns out to actually be a thing, then I'll talk about it once I'm there. But God didn't just give me a new adventure this time. He made the process itself a new adventure, which is why I'm here. Let me explain. For those who don't know, I'm a storyteller. I've written 7 novels over the past 9 years. I love writing stories, love getting into the world of my characters, exploring their heart, their journey, how God meets them where they are. Writing fiction is a ministry for me. It gives me life, but it was never my dream. Around the year 2000, my agent said to me, "You should consider writing fiction." I said, not my thing. I had a nonfiction book published. My heart was to teach the word. So I said, I'm just gonna stick with nonfiction. Until God put a character in my head. I could see her story. I could feel her pain growing up, feeling inferior. I could see her need to know who she was in Christ. I said, Lord, are you serious? Fiction? And I prayed about it and prayed about it. Didn't know what I was doing. This was before blogs on writing. This was before YouTube. But I started writing. That story became my first novel, Heavenly Places, which came out in 2008. And in the novel, the characters do a Bible study on Ephesians. Only God could have put that together. Every book since then, God has been faithful to give me what I need to minister through fiction. Now I love writing fiction. It's a lot of work, but I could say it's a dream come true. But God gave me that dream. It wasn't my dream to be on YouTube. Never entered my mind. I was thinking about going natural, debating whether to chop my hair a second time when God so clearly spoke to my heart. Do a video series on image and how you're all worried about what you'll look like if you chop your hair. Really, Lord? A YouTube channel? I know nothing about making videos, lighting, editing, and how you gonna just put me out there like that and let people know what I'm dealing with? That was more than 4 years ago. I had no idea I would end up doing Bible studies and other teachings on this channel. All God. It wasn't my dream to homeschool my 2 kids. I specifically prayed, Lord, please do not call me to homeschool. I had doubts at every stage, frustration, battled my own selfishness because I couldn't do what I wanted to do. Who really wants to sacrifice? But because God had put the desire in my heart, it became something I genuinely wanted to do. Now my youngest just graduated from our homeschool, and I can say those years turned out to be the biggest blessings for our family. So I've got this track record with God. He blindsides me with a new thing. I go through all the, are you serious, Lord? Tell him the 100 ways it won't work and why I can't do it. Then down the road, look back and say, wow, Lord, you did that. So here's the new thing. Back to storytelling. About a month ago, only a month, the Lord dropped this idea into my heart to do a scripted web series. Had never thought of such a thing. Had never seen a web series. What are you even talking about, Lord? I Googled, started looking at these web series, and was amazed at what was out there. People creating, writing, directing these original shows like mini TV or film for the web. Stories about relationships, romance, all kinds of life issues. But as I watched, my heart became burdened. I didn't see hardly any stories that reflected Christ, His ways, His hope, His heart, His redemption. I'm not saying they're not out there. I think I saw one or two. If you know more, please let me know. But I think the Lord wanted me to see what I saw in order to spur within me a desire to write stories for this format. A scripted web series with actors, quality production, stories that reflect real life in a Christ-honoring way. And then came all the questions and doubts. How do I have time for this, Lord? You're actually giving me stories for my next novels. I've never written a screenplay. I'm in the Midwest. I don't know any actors. No connection to film crews. Certainly didn't go to film school. Okay, and am I understanding that you want me to learn about filmmaking and cinematography? I don't know if you know, Lord, but I just turned 50. Can I just stay in this one lane you put me in? I'm too old to learn new tricks. And as I prayed, questioned, whined about all that, He dropped something else to vlog about the journey. What do you do when God gives you a dream? Because when God gives it, it's going to be beyond you. If you could do it all in the natural, how would God show Himself strong? But how do you walk that out as you struggle with doubts, even as you desire more faith? How do you deal with all the learning, the frustrations, the missteps, the waiting, the am I supposed to be doing this? I'll be vlogging in real time, maybe once a week, as I deal with all that. Which means I don't know where this path will lead or how this will turn out. I might get 6 months down the road and say, I think I heard wrong. But my hope and prayer is that we be inspired to follow God, to believe that Psalm 37, 4 and 5 is true. Delight yourself in the Lord and He will give you the desires of your heart. We can count on that. As you delight yourself in Him and cling to Him, His desires become your desires. He will download them into your heart. Things you never thought you would or could do. That's when you say, are you serious, Lord? Then it says, commit your way to the Lord. Trust also in Him, and He will do it. What's our part in these verses? Delight ourselves in Him, commit our way to Him, trust in Him. What's God's part? He will give the desires, the dreams, and He will do it. These are good works He ordained before time began. He wants them to come to pass for His glory. How about we believe that? I'm tired of doubting all the time. So I'm out here at the park, playing with my camera, learning, asking God to lead me step by step, to give me grace to follow, to help my unbelief, to establish me in His will. What about you? Has God put desires in your heart that you're struggling to walk out? Maybe struggling with the waiting, with whether you're really hearing from Him, with having faith to believe. Let's journey together. This is all new for me. But one thing I've learned, the journey, the process, that's the blessing. Being able to walk with God, follow Him, hear from Him, grow in trusting Him, seeing His faithfulness. Let's grow together.